people's on the move, explore the treading, release the freedom, release the freedom. The people's on the march, the road they're treading, release the freedom and victory. Bandieros la triumphera, bandieros la triumphera, bandieros la triumphera, el día del socialismo per la libertà. In school and college.
Thanks very much indeed, Simon, and thanks for the invitation to come through and speak to you today. On the 16th of August 1936, a Sunday, Oswald Mosley's British Union of Fascists, the Black Shirts, came to Perth. The town council, after some opposition, gave permission for a rally. In the event, 20 Black Shirts turned up with a speaker van. 4,000 Democrats turned out from Perth to shout them down and, as it is fondly recalled, to push their van off the North Inch and into the River Tay. 81 years on, the cry has gone out again to the citizens of Perth and beyond to heed that same appeal, to join together to face down intolerance. Tomorrow we see the Scottish Defence League gathering in Perth. The people of the fair city are determined to show these fascists that they will not allow the Muslim community to be intimidated, targeted or isolated, to show that Perth is a diverse and vibrant community at ease with itself and with the different communities, cultures and faiths which contribute to it. We must not allow the lessons of 1936 to be unlearned by later generations. That's why we're here today. On the 26th of April 1937, the quiet market town of Guernica, once the capital of the Basque Country, was bombed by Nazi German planes flying under Franco's colours. After the bombing, fears were expressed that the fascists would bomb other civilian targets in the Basque Country, particularly Bilbao. Consequently, 25,000 Basque children were sent out of Spain to different parts of the world. Some 3,800 children came to Britain, along with 200 teachers and helpers aboard the SS Habana, which left the port of Santa Sé on the morning of the 21st of May for Southampton. It was, and still is, the largest single migration to the UK. The children were eventually dispersed to 90 children's colonies around Britain, and exactly 80 years ago this month, 24 of them arrived at Mall Park House in Montrose. It's a fascinating but largely unknown story, and particularly ironic when considered against the contemporary background of the government of the Dubs scheme, where our government grudgingly sanctioned the arrival of only 300 unaccompanied child refugees out of an initially promised 3,000. Vulnerable young people fleeing war and danger. Not that the government in 1937 was a paragon of compassion either. The Basque Niños were not given a penny by the British state to support and every one of them had to be vouched for and guaranteed board and lodging by the voluntary organisations and communities who took them in and cared for them. Again, ordinary working people and organisations came together, this time to help the young at risk from war to escape to safety here in Britain. We must not allow the lessons of 1937 to be unlearned by later generations. And again, that's why we're here today. On the 8th of September 1938, 79 years ago yesterday, 31-year-old John Smith, a native of Irvine in Ayrshire, was killed on the Ebro battlefield. He had left for Spain on the 1st of January 1937 and had been wounded twice, including at Jarama. His bones remain in Spain, but his family added his name to his wife's gravestone in Irvine's Nadja Hill Cemetery. Over the last year, Irvine and North Ayrshire Trades Council have run an appeal and have been able to have that stone restored. This act of remembrance will be marked tomorrow at 2 o'clock in Irvine's town house. Just as we are today remembering the sacrifice of the brigaders from Glasgow at this wonderful memorial, and as ceremonies are held each year in places like Motherwell, Dundee, Edinburgh and others, it's because we must not allow the lessons of 1938 to be unlearned by later generations. That is why we are here today. We meet here 80 years after the struggle in which those who this memorial commemorates fought and died. Why they fought and how they fought inspire us still, and inspire and inform our attitudes today on issues such as war, such as fascism, and such as refugees. That is what they taught us. We must not allow these lessons to be unlearned by later generations, and that is why we are here today. Viva las Brigadas Internacionales! Thank you very much.